Hey, what's up, book lovers? My name is Maddie and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a bit of a discussion type of video concerning the Throne of Glass series. Now this video will 100% have spoilers for all of Throne of Glass, the prequel, novella, bind up, all 4 books. So if you haven't read that series, then you maybe shouldn't watch this video if you don't want to get spoiled. Now, there's been a lot of controversy going around Empire of Storms, which is the 5th book in the series. That's coming out on September 6th, if you did not know. Now, there's been a lot of controversy going around. A lot of people have been getting early copies and have read it and have not liked what they've read. I just wanted to kind of talk about my relationship with Throne of Glass series, my experience reading the series, and throw my 2 cents in on this whole issue that has come up. And I don't really have any notes for this. I'm just kind of going off of my feelings right now and what I'm thinking in my head. So I'm sorry if it's like a little rambly, but I just really want to talk more about this because it's been on my mind the past day or two, and I wanted to get my thoughts out there. So I read the Throne of Glass series back in January. I read all 4 books and the novella bind up back to back to back, and they are some of the best books that I've read in 2016. I want to preface this by saying I love the Throne of Glass series. I love Sarah J. Maas. I've read everything by her, and I will continue to read everything by her because she is a fantastic author, regardless of how much I dislike where some of her books go. When I read Throne of Glass, I read it in less than 24 hours. I was totally sucked in. I was in love. When I read Crown of Midnight, I was even more in love. Crown of Midnight is my favorite one in the series. Then I read Air Fire. I think I was a little disappointed with Air Fire. And then I read Queen of Shadows, and I thought Queen of Shadows was the second best book in the series. And I still had quite a few issues with Queen of Shadows, mainly with Celaena's character and the fact that I didn't like Rowan. But what I want to really stress right now is I am, and forever will be, someone who ships Kaelena. That does not mean that I think I'm entitled to getting Kaelena. That is not it at all. I've 100% accepted that Kaelena is never going to happen. I've 100% accepted this, especially when I started to read Airfire and I heard all these people talking about this guy, Rowan, and how much they loved him. I knew for a fact that Celaena was probably not going to end up with Kael, and I was fine with that. It's not that big of a deal. It really isn't that big of a deal. Was I upset? Yes, because I love Kael, and I loved Kael and Celaena together. Do I really care that Celaena and Rowan are going to end up together? No. Do I like Celaena now, and do I like Rowan? I don't like either character. I'm sorry, I just don't. For Rowan, I just don't find him appealing as a character. I think he's mean. I think he's a jerk. I think he's arrogant. And I think that a lot of that translated into Celaena when Celaena met him. I loved Celaena throughout all of Throne of Glass, throughout all of Crown of Midnight. Throughout all of Airfire, I sympathized with her. I loved the girl. She was one of my favorite characters. And then I read Queen of Shadows, and I was suddenly like, why? Why is she so arrogant? There is a difference. I really want to stress this. There's a difference between confidence and arrogance. There is a difference between I know I'm good at this, but bad at this, and I am good at everything I do. And I am the best. And that is what Celaena has become. She has turned into someone who thought, I know I'm good at this, but not good at this, to someone who is always thinking, I'm right, I'm the best, how dare this person disagree with me, regardless of which character is disagreeing with her. And another thing I really just, with Queen of Shadows, I didn't like Kael's character. I know a lot of people have talked about this already. Kael's character was completely destroyed, and that's not something I'm okay with for a ship to sail to destroy another character, especially when it made no sense to me. And I also didn't like that Celaena consistently and constantly blamed Nehemia's death on Kael, when I really think that the blame fell on both of them, and there was a major miscommunication going on between these 2 characters. And so in the end, yes, Kael didn't tell Celaena that they were worried about Nehemia, but Celaena also completely forgets every single time she thinks about Nehemia's death that Nehemia died because Celaena wouldn't do anything. And Nehemia chose to die because Celaena refused to do anything productive, refused to stand up to the king. So Selena has to stop ignoring the fact that she also has a part to blame. And I don't want to put any blame on a character for another character's death. But if Selena wants to put blame on somebody, I don't understand why Kale is the person has to be put blame on. Why everyone has attacked Kale for Nehemiah's death when they both, kind of contributed to Nehemiah's death. I really don't understand it. And because of that, and that was the constant thing that was going on in Queen of Shadows, it was always mentioned how Kale was the reason for Nehemiah's death. Because of that, Selena absolutely annoyed me so very much. I felt like we had this great character through all of the first 3 books who felt human to me, who had flaws and I could relate to someone who I just couldn't even stand. And that is my problem, okay, with the Throne of Glass series. Like, I still loved Queen of Shadows. Like I said, it's my second favorite book in the series. And I loved it because there was a lot more action in this book. First 3 books, I felt like we were kind of waiting into the middle for something to happen, but Queen of Shadows, we hit the ground running. You know, things were happening from the beginning. We were introduced to some great new characters. We had a lot of character development going on with Manon. We had so much going on inside Rifthold itself, and we finally got to meet Arabin, and we got to confront a lot for Selena, and we met Lysandra, and we met Aedion, and it was great. All of that stuff was great, but for the life of me, I couldn't stand Selena and Rowan's character. But that doesn't faze me. I cannot like a character. That is fine. That is absolutely fine. You can dislike the main character in a book. You can criticize the main character of a book. You can criticize the main chick of a book. That's not an issue. But at the end of the day, I always thought I still absolutely love this series. I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue reading on only because I love every other character in this book. And those 2 characters shouldn't be a reason that I stop loving this series, even though they're 2 of the main characters, but that doesn't matter to me. So now, here's what happens with Empire of Storms. Well, a few people get this book early, spoilers start getting out, and people don't like what they read. So what people decide to do is attack Sarah J. Maas. Unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. You cannot attack an author because you disagree with how she wrote her story. It is her story. Yes, I understand that fiction is very important to a lot of people. Trust me, I get this. I understand 100% how much some fictional stories mean to me. At the end of the day, this is fiction. You cannot attack an author or a person for fiction. You cannot hurt another person because of fiction. There's a difference between criticizing and attacking. You can disagree with something in a book. That is okay. You cannot attack someone because of a book. You can have a difference of opinion. That is fine. That's what makes the world go round. You cannot attack somebody because you disagree. You cannot hurt another person because you disagree with how they wrote their book, how they managed their career. At the end of the day, what did you do other than hurt her? Nothing. The book is not going to change. I hope everyone understands that. The book is not going to change. And I'm not going to spoil Empire of Storms. Once the spoilers came out, people started to rate this book 1 star on Goodreads, say that they were never going to read it. But you didn't even read the book. Like, why can't you read the book and form your own opinions on this book before you say you're never going to read the book or give it 1 star on Goodreads? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I know I'm all over the place, but like, once I found out that there were spoilers, I was like, okay, I have to understand, why are people so mad? Like, what is wrong? What is going on? Everyone was like, oh, there's spoilers everywhere. They're on Tumblr, they're all over Twitter. I couldn't find any spoilers. Where are you people finding these spoilers? Because I'm not someone who actively looks for spoilers, but this one time I just wanted to see. I was so antsy to find out why people were so mad. I didn't really want to wait until September 6th, so I actively looked out for spoilers, and I didn't really find anything. And even what I did find, it made me apprehensive for Empire of Storms. I'm still gonna read it. I'm still gonna read it so I can form my own opinions on it. Maybe I'll love it. I don't know. But did it make me apprehensive? Did it make me a little worried about what I was going to see in this book? Yes. Do I think that I'm not going to like the Throne of Glass series? No, I don't think I'm not going to like the Throne of Glass series. I don't know if I'm not going to like the Throne of Glass series after Empire of Storms. I have no idea what's going to happen after I read this book because I haven't read it yet. It hasn't come out yet. I can't form an opinion on it yet. And honestly, it doesn't matter if you don't like the ship that's in the book or not. Get over it. It's not a good enough reason just because the person didn't end up with who you want them to end up with. It's not a good reason to attack an author by any means. And it's not okay to attack an author by any means. Like I said before, at the end of the day, these two fictional characters not ending up together did not ruin your life. But you are ruining someone else's life by attacking her. So just don't do it. Especially if you haven't read the book yet. So fictional ship is never something that it is okay for you to attack an author for. I absolutely agree that I don't like how Chaos was destroyed in Queen of Shadows for Rowan to come in. I fully 100% understand, and I fully 100% agree. If you haven't read the book yet and you are automatically assuming that what you've been hearing about the book is correct, you really don't have the credibility to talk about why this book is a problem. Even if it's something I disagree with, there's no right or wrong way for this book to go. There's no right or wrong way for a fictional story to go. But what I don't understand is how people are going to attack Sarah J. Maas on all social media, on Twitter, on Goodreads, on Tumblr, like on everything you could possibly imagine, saying that this book is terrible and that she did it wrong and how could she do this with these characters. At the end of the day, it's not your story. Get over it. It's her career. It's her career. If you don't want to read the rest of the Throne of Glass series, don't read it. Nobody's making you read it. And one more thing I want to say, like I said before, I love the Throne of Glass series. I love A Court of Thorns and Roses. I am and will forever be a supporter of Sarah J. Maas, even if I disagree with the way or the direction some of her books go in. And I will always buy any book by her because she's a fantastic author and she does not deserve the hate that she has been getting these past few days because of a book or a ship or whatever. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Sending an author death threats, sending an author hate, none of that is ever acceptable because you didn't like a book. So those are my thoughts on this whole Empire of Storms controversy. I'm sorry if this video was all over the place. I'm sorry if I rambled. I just really wanted to talk about it a little bit because it's been bugging me. I've been thinking about it. And it's made me even more anticipated for Empire of Storms because I just want to read it. Yeah, I'm worried, but honestly, I just want to read it now. Like, I just want this next week to fly by, and it can be September 6th, so I can pick up this book and just form my own opinions and see for myself where Throne of Glass is going. I'm honestly going to be excited for anything Sarah J. Maas puts out, and I don't really care what anybody else has to say. If you haven't read the book, don't form opinions on it when you haven't even read it. If you don't like the Throne of Glass series, or if you stopped liking the Throne of Glass series around Air of Fire and Queen of Shadows, okay, that's fine. Once again, you cannot and should not be attacking Sarah J. Maas because of your own personal opinion. It is never okay to send an author hate because of something you didn't like in a book. So now I just feel like I'm being repetitive, but let me know what you guys think of this whole thing, and let me hear some of what you guys have to say. Let me hear how you guys are feeling about Empire of Storms. You can discuss down below. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it was rambly. If you did enjoy it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and just putting up with this whole rant, and I will see you next time with a new video. Bye!